Hey everybody, welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. We're doing a quick video today that kind of lays out my plan for the week. So I think a lot of people are going to be grabbing an Astral Horizon this week. If you didn't know, it's the 3-win reward for trials, and you can get the 3-win reward from the bounty from Saint 14. So grab that bounty, grab a passage, and just go in and lose 10 games and you can get one of these. This is probably the best shotgun you can get in the game right now, considering Winters is not available. So I think a lot of people are going to be trying to use this in a competitive environment like Trials or maybe Iron Banner if they don't have that Winters. And a lot of the meta weapons in the sandbox are only in the primary slots. There's no 120s in secondary slot at all. So these are my picks for the best pairings with this Astral. Obviously, I've got the best 3 hand cannons in my opinion right now. The Jack Queen King, Ancient Gospel, and Sunshot in the top 3 spots. I prefer the Jack Queen King, but it's not available as far as I know right now. So unless you already have one, this is not going to be really an option. But the Ancient Gospel, which is like my second favorite pick, is available. I've got a really good ranged roll here, and it feels really good. A little bit lower aim assist than the Jack Queen King, sadly. But this one is farmable from the Garden of Salvation. Not too bad of a raid if you can get a good group. Even easier to get would be the Sunshot, though. It's an exotic, so any exotic engram has a chance of having this. Xur can bring it, or you can buy that exotic random roll from Xur's inventory as well. This gun's pretty great. I think the catalyst is needed for it to feel consistent, but it also does lack my favorite part about any legendary primary, and that's Icarus Grip. You don't get a mod slot on these exotics right now. So it's kind of a tough weapon to use if you're used to flying in the air, like a lot of hunters do. But Sunshot still feels pretty good once you get used to sticking to the ground. It is the only 150 in the game now, which is kind of interesting as well. So if you don't have any of those, I would say start looking at the 600 RPM auto rifles. I've got Gnawing Hunger. There's also the Summoner, which is pretty on par to the Gnawing Hunger, in my opinion, if you have both good rolls. I also have the Hard Light coming up behind them. Once again, it kind of loses out from having no Icarus, but it feels really good still. A lot of really good registration. I think that's due to the stability that being maxed out. If you want a little bit more range than the hand cannons and the autos, you can try out the Trusty, which is the Raid Scout. You can get it from the first couple encounters, as far as I know. Get some pretty good rolls. I recommend a lot of stability because range on scouts feels a little pointless. This gun can be really disruptive. I don't know if it's super competitive, but if you didn't have a super aggressive team, you guys could set up pretty well with a Trusty and a Sniper, in my opinion. You could get a body shot, clean up with Trusty really easily. I think these 340s are up next for me. If you don't have any, you can get the Stars and Shadow now as a random drop from Crucible. I really like this roll. Headseeker adds a lot of consistency to it, and Quick Draw fights off the really low handling stat. Makes it feel a lot better, in my opinion. Any kind of reload bonus is kind of nice here as well. Yeah, I think these are No Time to Explain is great, but obviously that's in the primary slot, and this is probably your best energy 340 pulse available. The last Perdition for me, another pulse, but it's a 390 pulse, comes up next. I've got a really great roll here, a lot of range, little extra zoom if I need it, but a lot of times rangefinder is enough. Kill clip gives you that 2 burst potential. It really speeds up the time to kill. It gets you even a little faster than Stars and Shadow, I think. But you do have to get a kill first. I think if you're bringing this into trials, I would recommend going for just solid perks. Don't worry too much about the damage perk. This is just a world loot drop as well. The last two are exotics as well. Astral is a primary legendary, so you can use exotics here as long as you don't need exotic in your heavy on PvP. I've got Le Monarch and Tommy's Matchbook. Le Monarch can almost one-shot Guardians to the head if you get that poison arrow to proc. It's really strong. A good player with Le Monarch can really suppress a team. If you're not great at sniping, I think this is a great pick. But in my opinion, I actually really like bows and I love using them. I think when you're rocking bows in trials, though, a lot of times you just get out sniped. People are just really quick. They're watching lanes. It's hard to get that bow drawn and fired off in the right way against a good competitive team. But this is a really good combo if maybe you're in sixes or against a team that's not as snipe heavy. Tommy's matchbook does a good job of laying a lot of suppressing fire. I think 720s are really just missing a really good weapon with 720 RPM to like really kind of take over the meta. They have a really good time to kill with a high fire rate, which means they have a lot of forgiveness, and that's huge for any spray weapon like this. If you don't have any other auto rifle, look out for this one. I think it is actually in the kiosk since it's a seasonal weapon. So you can get this one actually on your own accord and just immediately buy it for that exotic cipher, I think. Yeah, so as you can see here, it just costs the exotic cipher. Actually, just costs an ascendant shard as well. So you'll have to be doing. I guess you can get one from the season pass, but if you want more, you can do the master nightfalls, which is not too bad usually. And Le Monarch actually is also available for an exotic cipher in a ascendant shard. If you were looking to get that, if you're interested in a bow that's legendary, maybe you want an exotic and you're heavy for PvP for some reason, I think the point of the stag would probably be my like 11th pick. It's really good. It lacks the utility and team suppression that the Le Monarch has, but it's a really good bow. It's a lot of good handling, really good drawstring time. I always rock it with Icarus, Archer's Tempo, and Vorpal, and it feels great. Really recommend if you want to try out bows or get into bows. The low draw time makes them super easy to get into, and or it's really fun. So yeah, if you want to see some gameplay with these primaries and paired with Astral Horizon, I'm going to be doing that for the next week or so, like I said. Tomorrow will be the Jack Queen King, and then just going down the list like I listed there. I already recorded the Jack Queen King, and it was a really good game, so highly recommend. Make sure you subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.